Uh, this was a very good meditation. That's all I do my whole life is sit and meditate. The last 5 years, I've been doing nothing but that, just about. And I've come to a place where what you're talking about, it's now totally possible now, right now, today, that we can become one with all life everywhere on every single level of existence. We didn't know this was possible for a long time because we believed that the speed of light was the limiting factor uh, in the universe. It's not. The United States discovered in 1969 that there's something a little faster than light. Light is 186,200 miles a second. And at that rate, it would just to go across the known universe, we couldn't talk to anyone. It would never even reach anywhere before it would not be possible. So in 1969, they discovered a new kind of light, a brand new light, and it will change every single thing on Earth completely. This is one thing I can actually promise. So it's called the Birkeland currents. And they kept it secret from 1969 until 2010, I believe. It might have been 2011. They would not even let you talk about it. They would arrest you if you talked about it. And because they knew that when this was understood, the Earth would change very fast. All human beings and our relationships to all life on the planet and everywhere, not just here, everywhere, because we would be able to communicate with every single living thing in existence, no matter where it is. Because this light, this new light that we have just discovered, is able to move. Well, the original mathematics, when they started to do it, said it was 20 billion times faster than the speed of light. Now that almost gives communication throughout the universe. But actually they found that it is, they went through stages trying to figure out what it was until they got to the place where they just kept increasing it to 900 billion times faster than the speed of light, which would make it instantaneous everywhere. But they finally realized that Birkeland currents move at is they don't move. They just simply become everywhere in zero time, no time at all. And so this is huge for spirituality and for everything else that we're involved in, because right now it's possible to take all the information in the universe. It says the host muted me, so I guess I'm not talking anymore. Is that true?
No, you're good. You're good.
I can hear you.
Okay, I'll keep going. What they now know, what science now knows and has proven, that you can send everything, all knowledge, every single bit of data in the entire universe, and send it not just from point A to point B, but to every single place, every single point in existence, and all in zero time. Which means that the universe is communicating with itself just like our body is. It's communicating with every single life form in existence. And every single life form has the ability or the possibility of communicating back. And in my meditation with the Birkeland currents, I've learned to do this. I can talk to the entire universe and they can speak back with me. And I can prove it. I can do things that will demonstrate. But I don't think I want to do that anymore. At any rate, what has just happened has opened up a possibility here on earth that the ascended masters that someone was talking about, they can't do this. They don't even know how to do this, because I'm in communication with them all the time. They don't know how to do this. And it's going to emerge on the earth in the next year or so. And what will then happen is, somebody also talked about technology and how would we use technology? Well, the thing is, and what I know to be fact, is that technology is a stage of consciousness. You get to this point where you understand this technology and you can create it to do anything you want. But eventually what happens as consciousness evolves through the Birkeland currents, we learn that and this happens in a single day, and we're going to experience this on a single day, all of our technology is going to be turned off. We're not going to need it anymore, because we have everybody here will have discovered that we can do anything that technology does and way more than it's capable of. We can actually do anything that you can imagine. And so if you can't imagine it, you can't create it. and there's another huge thing that is important for people in where you're at right now, and that is to understand. I want to think about this just for a moment. Well, okay. I'm not sure that I should bring this up at this time, so I'm going to wait on something else. But we have created a possibility right now, and that possibility will be available to us. It's available right now to anyone that can do it, but it's going to be a possibility that is absolutely amazing, where every single person on earth that has a heart, because it's done from the heart and not from the brain. The brain is not what we think it is. If you look back into ancient times, like ancient Egypt, they considered the brain a piece of junk. They took all the sacred things out of the body, the heart, the genitals, and a lot of other things, and they put them in very special places in clay pots, 4 clay pots. And then when it came to the brain, they took it out and threw it in a garbage can. That's how much that we considered the brain to be important. It is really not important. It only becomes important when it's connected to the heart, and the heart has control of the brain. And when it has control of the brain, everything that the brain creates is no longer polarized. The brain is polarized. We got a left brain that is that is male, that is and there's the right brain, which is female, and it's polarized. The brain is actually made into 2 pieces, but the heart is not polarized. It has no polarization. And what science calls singularity, which is unity or oneness, the heart has that. It is the only place in the human body and around the body, out farther to the Merkaba and the light body that goes out. There is no limitation on this at all. And when we begin to remember and begin to function from our heart, and not just love, but the heart has its own array of emotions that are the same ones that are in the brain, but the brain has polarized. In other words, you have love, and you have hate. And every single thing that comes from the brain has an obstinate part. But that's not true with the heart. The heart has love, and there is no other aspect other than that. And And so all the feelings that we have would only come from a sense of oneness and caring for every single thing. We will know we're coming to this place. We're going to know that we as an individual are just one little component in everything that has been created from the source of life. And that source of life lives, yes, it is everywhere, but it is also in the heart of every single thing that breathes.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting right on the edge of this. It's all tied to the progression of the equinoxes and to this thing that was 12 or 12 12. That was an opening that has not completely opened yet. And so we think that it's over with and done, but it isn't. And we have a little bit more time. I don't know how much that is. Only Mother Earth and Father Sun know that. But we have a little, we have
Thank you.
something that's coming that is just extraordinary. And we all have this opportunity to become one with all life everywhere. And so I'm excited. I am excited because I don't know why they let me, but they let me go ahead and to test it. And it is extraordinary. And it's because we didn't know about Birkeland currents. Tesla was almost there. He was working with electricity that didn't go through wires that JP Morgan had us doing, and we're still doing that. But he was trying to see how it would go in a vacuum. And he didn't realize that it was in nature, in outer space, that is the only place that a Birkeland current can actually create plasma and all these beautiful things you see all throughout the whole universe. We have been blessed. We have been really blessed. And poor Tesla, if he would have he was murdered, and it was a sad thing that this happened, but he was very close to understanding, and we could have had this back in 1943 instead of now. But
thank you.
It's here. Okay.